1 year, one single date, 1492. When most people hear that year, they remember one thing: the New World was discovered. Okay, but that tells the story way too small. Because 1492 isn't only a discovery story, it's the moment the center of the world shifted. For centuries, the Mediterranean was the world's main stage. Trade, money, power, and culture revolved around it. Then, one morning, someone said, "What if we try the ocean?" And the world's stage slowly began sliding toward the Atlantic. This wasn't the journey of a single ship, it was a domino chain. And once the chain started falling, it wasn't only maps that changed. Economics, power balances, wealth and poverty, even modern instincts changed. Now, picture it like a movie. The camera opens with a close-up on Europe. Back then, everyone had the same question: where is the money? Luxury goods, spices, and silk existed, but reaching them was expensive and risky. You traveled by land routes. There were tons of middlemen, and everyone took a cut. Add politics, war, and taxes, and you had trade, but no control. In that environment, an idea steps onto the stage. Let's do it without intermediaries. Use the sea and go directly. Here's the critical point. When Christopher Columbus sailed into the Atlantic in 1492, no one fully understood it would reformat the world. The goal wasn't romance or pure science, it was trade. Faster route, cheaper route, bigger profit. Now we're starting the domino chain. Domino 1. Not the map, the route changed. The Mediterranean-centered order slowly shifted into an Atlantic-centered one. The Atlantic Ocean wasn't just water. It became the main highway of the new age. When the highway changes, old crossroads fade and new hubs grow rich. So 1492 was an economic shift year that enriched some cities and pushed others behind. Domino 2. The logic of ocean trade. The big winner takes all. Land trade has many intermediaries. At sea, the game is harsher. If you have big ships, ports, and a navy, you grow. If you don't, you get left out. That's why after 1492, small players struggled. Big states invested big, risked big, and won big. That winner-takes-all logic looks a lot like today's global economy. Domino 3. The opening of the New World. The real shock. A massive flow of resources and goods began between the Americas and Europe. It wasn't just land. It was nature, products, labor, and money. Crops like potatoes, maize, and tomatoes moved across continents. Europe's population rose. Diets changed. Agriculture transformed. This wasn't a geography lesson. It was people's everyday life. Domino 4. Money flows and inflation. Gold and silver disrupted everything. When precious metals flowed into Europe, everyone celebrated. We're rich! But if money multiplies overnight, prices move too. That process triggered price shocks and waves of inflation in Europe. More money doesn't always mean more prosperity. Sometimes it just wrecks the balance. Domino 5. Power moved to those who invested in the ocean. Spain and Portugal rose while others couldn't adapt fast enough. The playing field changed. Not the best caravan, but the best navy had the advantage. When technology and infrastructure shift, power changes hands. After 1492, the world began operating like a global network. Bigger opportunities, bigger crises, and sharper inequality followed. And the lesson is clear: when the center shifts, everything shifts.